In this video, I want to explain how to paint a stone platform. In part 1, we talk about drawing outline or contour, drawing lines for big, medium, and small inner stones, adding a fill color below your drawing, painting light and shadow, painting cracks, painting grass. In part 2, we talk about how to make a tileable platform to reuse it again. First, I will make a new layer to start to paint on it. To draw something like this, I start to draw the contour or the outline of my platform. There's no need to draw something very specific. Just draw something that looks like a platform made of stone. When the outline is done, start to draw inner lines to make new stone. But remember, it's important to have big, medium, and small inner stone to have a good balance between different size of the stones. And it's also important when you want to draw big shape, big stone, they have at least 5 or 6 sides. As you can see here, I have 5 or 6 sides. Because they are big shape and they are the first shape that when a viewer look at them will see. So it's important they have 5 or 6 obvious sides, so it's very obvious from distance that they are stone. As you can see, I'm trying to fill the first outline with big stone. When big stone are done, start to draw medium stone. The rule is to create a visual connection between big shape and small shape in every design. Here, medium shape will help us to have a visual connection between a small stone that I will draw later and big stone that I already draw it. When medium shape is done, start to draw a small stone. It's a good practice to have 4 or 3 sides for a small stone. A small stone role is to fill the gap between big and medium shape. So 3 or 4 sides will really help you to fill the gap and create a balance between big, medium, and a small shape. Next, add a fill layer below your drawing. I rename it to fill layer and I paint beneath the drawing with the shade of the brown. Merge both layers using Ctrl E or Layer Merge Layers. Now you want to paint over on the drawing, on the outline or contour you already draw. Try to keep inner contour, inner lines, because they show the space, the depths between a stone. But the outer contour, the outline of your drawing, will hit by the light source. So there's no need to keep it. Paint over it with a lighter shade of brown. As you can see, imagine sun is in the right side and light will hit the right side of the platform. I start to paint with a lighter shade of the brown on the right side. On the opposite side, that doesn't face to the light, paint with a darker shade of brown. This side is the side that it's not facing to the light. As you can see, I keep this darker line between stone, but I paint over on this outer lines. Paint cracks with a darker color, darker shade of brown. You can start from side of the stone or inside or surface of the stone. As you can see, I reduced the minimum diameter of the shape dynamic, so I am able to draw very narrow crack on the surface. The crack, which start from the side, will show the pressure that the stone push to each other. It show the force that is between the stone and they push each other. The crack on the surface on the stone show the texture. It show that they are not flat surface. Continue lighter area when it makes sense. It can show depth difference or damage. For example, here I am continuing a lighter area. It can show that all of the stone are not flat. Continue to add more detail and refine shapes. Zoom out after working a while to avoid tunnel vision. Tunnel vision means you just focus on a small area and you lose the whole image. Imagine you work on a small area, but when you zoom out, you don't like it. So you will waste a lot of time by spending on unnecessary detail, which you do not like and you want to clean it later. Another reason is that all of the piece must have detail at the same level. If one piece has a lot of detail and another piece just have less detail, it don't make sense. It's not create visual interest. Our stone platform is almost done. Now I want to add grass on top of it. In the earlier video, I show you how to make a brush to draw grass or wheat. You can watch them if you want to remember the tutorial. I start with a darker shade of green, and in 3 or 4 steps I choose a lighter green and I paint over it. When you want to paint grass in left side or right side, try to paint grass in a way that it show, because of the gravity, grass are a little bent toward the ground. When I am almost satisfied with the base grass, I will select a new brush to paint single grass stroke. This brush is hard, round, pressure size from the general brush of the Photoshop, which means shape dynamic is activated, but transfer is not. And tip of the brush is a hard tip, not a soft tip. Because my active tool is brush tool, if I hold Alt, the brush will turn into an eyedropper, so I can pick color from the area that I want to draw. Here, I pick color from the area inside the grass and I start to draw single grass stroke, which is different from the surrounding grass. This way, I will create more contrast and more randomness for my grass. It also helps to have better local contrast. And this single stroke grass are more obvious to see from the distance. When the grass is done, I will add flowers. In the earlier video, I have explained how to draw them. And don't forget to add shadow beneath the grass. Painting the platform made of stone is almost done. Now we want to talk how to create a tileable art asset for our game.